I'm sad and unhappy.
Hey guys, I'm just popping in to tell you that I got some more of Dossier's perfumes, and this perfume I got is called Woody Rum. It's really good. It smells really great. And I know when I do these perfumes, I show you guys these perfumes, they're mostly for women, but this one is actually for the men. You know, it's not really, you know, it's gender neutral, their perfumes, but I feel like this one will really smell good on a man. Like, I really would like to smell this on like a guy that I was dating, like Woody Rum. It smells so good. I'm actually gonna give this one to my dad because I feel like it would, you know, be a nice gift to give to somebody, and I feel like it would smell really good. Let me tell you the ingredients that are in there. They have rum, dry fruits, nutmeg, cedarwood, sandalwood, and patchouli. You know I love patchouli, and it smells really good. And it's very, very affordable. I always say that, but it's true. Like, it's really affordable. If you go on their website right now, it retails for about $35. But I have a discount for you. Yes, I have a discount. Come on now. You already know I'm not going to let you just pay for something without a discount. Okay? My discount is sarahtherapper. You can just put that in on any one of the perfumes that you want to buy, and you can get a discount off, you know. You can even write a little gift note on there if you want to send it as a gift. A lot of these perfumes, they retail for like, the most it would go up to is like $50, which is really not that bad. Like, it's really, really good price, because the most that you pay for perfumes nowadays is like $100 and up. And these last a long time, and all you really need is like 2 little spritz, you know, like, you know, maybe on your wrist and then maybe here on your neck, like, and it lasts the whole day. Like, I wash my clothes and I could still smell it. Like, it lasts. So, and that's because I sprayed like, because I didn't know. So, you know, just two little spritzes is quite enough. Like, it will smell, you'll smell good the whole day, trust me. This is something serious. It smells like a Calvin Klein perfume, but like, how do I explain it? It kind of smells like a Calvin Klein perfume in a way. It's like, and you're getting a high quality, perfumes at like an unbeatable price, and they're all vegan. Like, why wouldn't you want to like, come on now. Anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know about this perfume, just in case you were looking for, you know, something to get for your significant other, male or female. I know there are males that watch my channel. There are some men that watch my channel. So I did not forget about you. Trust me, I did not forget about you. So, yeah, you need to go get that perfume. I'm going to leave the link in my bio. I'm going to leave the link down below if you guys want to purchase this perfume. And also, if you guys would like to use the code, I'm going to have a link there too. And I'm going to put it right up here one more time for you guys, just in case you missed it. Okay? Alright, now back to the video.
You've been out there and tried to mix with the animals, and it just left you full of humiliated confusion. But the feeling of loneliness never leaves you. It haunts you everywhere you go. And then, you meet me, and your whole world changes. Because everything I say is everything you've ever wanted to hear. So you drop your defenses, and you drop all your fears. And you're so busy feeling good, that you never question why things are going so well. You wanna know why?
I'm trying to think of something to talk about, but I don't really even know. I plan on like doing shrooms tomorrow, but I really don't know. Just because if it'll rain, I don't know if that'll be a problem for me. Probably not, but I don't know. I need to buy eyeliner. I always need to buy eyeliner for some reason, and I barely do my makeup these days. At a point where I'm so ready to take these nails off, only because it's the most difficult thing to put on lashes. Lashes is already hard enough to put on, but when you can't really like get a good grip, like that's such a fucking problem. So I don't know, and my birthday is tomorrow, so I don't know if I'm gonna take them off tonight or something, because I do want to do my makeup tomorrow. I don't know, I'm trying to think of what I could talk about. I remember somebody asking me if I could talk about my experience as being an alt person of color, you know. What to say? I don't know, people always talk shit about anybody that's, you know, daring to do something that's different, and I don't even think being alt is that weird or different or whatever, even though that's kind of what alt means, it's different. But I don't know, I feel like people just love to label things and put a label on everything. And even in high school, when I was like starting to become more comfortable with myself and in terms of like dressing the way I wanted, there was always people gonna talk shit about me and say, oh, you look trash, you look ugly. But then your man wanted me, so I don't know. Clearly I don't look that bad then. I remember this day in school, I have worn like black eyeshadow, like heavy black eyeshadow, thick, and I had my hair, it was straightened, my natural hair was straightened. And then I just gotten a haircut too. Like I was feeling like I thought I looked cool and everything. I'll insert a photo here because I'm sure I have a photo of it somewhere. Well, remember I wore that makeup to school that day and people kept on looking at me weird and saying like, oh, why did you do that to your face? I'm like, it's makeup, relax. Like, anyways, so I was walking in the hallway and this dude, this guy that not even that close with, every time I see him or we see each other, we say hi. Like that's as far as our like friendship has ever went. It's just hello, a hug, goodbye, and we pick this up again tomorrow. Like it was like that, like nothing serious, nothing, you know, no sort of attraction at all. But man, his girlfriend must have saw him hug me, and the hug was like a one arm type of thing. Cause we're not close like that. Like I don't even like when people touch me. I hate when people touch me. Like, I just do not like to be touched. That's, you know, unless we're dating or something, but I just don't like to be touched. I barely even hug my friends. When they hug me, it's such like a shock because I'm not used to hugging, you know, go figure. But anyways, yeah, so he hugged me. I guess his girlfriend saw, and she went and told one of my friends, like, oh, tell that whore to, like, keep her hands to herself. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what a weirdo. I'm like, first of all, you saw me there. You didn't say anything. So you went to my friend and said that I was a whore and I'm a slut just because your boyfriend gave me a one-arm hug. Like, I don't mean to, you know, attack him or anything, but like, he's not. It's like, it's always these girls who are like, oh, you're only trying to take my man, and their man, like, and then you look at their man and just like, are you fucking serious? Like, get over yourself. I don't know. It's sad. It really is sad. And then what happened? Yeah, some other stuff happened afterwards. I was like, okay. I'm like, is she fucking serious? I'm like, I've never even talked to this girl before. Never talked to her in my life. And she's running around telling people that I'm trying to get with her man. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, you're a nut job. So I decided, you know, being me, because back in those days, I didn't like to let things go. People just, I feel like people shouldn't get away with being rude. Like, I don't know who she thought she was, but I turned her world upside down. And I just proved that she's insecure and she's superficial. Yeah. She was like running for prom queen or something like that. And like, ripped down all her photos. Ripped them all down, baby. Not all of them, but a good amount. Anything, if it was in my way and I saw it, ripped it down, threw it in the trash. Because, and then she had the audacity to be mad about that. I'm like, how are you mad? You called me a whore and a slut. And you didn't think, and you thought I was just gonna be okay with it and things are gonna be sweet. Like, she had to be like, she must have been smoking crack, because how on earth would you think, like, think about it this way. Somebody's going around telling people that you're a whore and a slut and saying, tells your friend, like, oh, tell her to keep her hands to herself. Oh, she's a whore and a slut. I'm like, all because your boyfriend gave me a one-armed hug? Like, one arm. Not even, like, and it wasn't even like a long ass hug. It was like 2 seconds. I'm like, I feel like maybe she was just attracted to me and she was making up that excuse to get my attention. I was like, if you're attracted to me, that's all you have to say, but you didn't have to make up this lie. I'm like, that's not the way to go about it. Like, no. Do I regret what I did? No, because she fucking deserved it. And obviously it bothered her, because I remember like all her friends like adding me on Snapchat and Instagram and looking at my stories and stalking me. I'm just like, y'all are so fucking pathetic. Like, really? I remember like she had one of her friends like come and like confront me, and I'm like, you look so fucking stupid because you don't even know what happened. Like, you're just like going off. And I'm like, you know me. Like, you know me enough to know that I don't pick fights with people. Like, and if I ever get into a fight with anybody, they must have fucking did something to provoke me. Like, she didn't even consider. I'm like, that doesn't make sense if Sarah would just randomly do that. She must have done something. Like, use your fucking common sense. Like, oh my god. I don't know. Anytime I ever got into like drama at school, it was always over a guy. And 99.9% of the time, I never liked that dude. Never liked him. he was just a friend or something. Like, it's so weird to me. Like, why do y'all, if you ever suspect your man of cheating, you never go to him. You always, like, go to the girl. Like, hello. Then you want to run up and try and fight somebody. Like, girl, get the fuck out of here. I forgot to mention this, but I got in trouble with the principal, and they called me to the office, and they said, well, the only way we can fix this is if we make her prom queen, and so she won. So, you're welcome. I have a lot of stories from high school. I guess I could tell one. This is actually a pretty good story. I'm gonna say maybe sophomore year. Maybe junior, no, maybe even junior year. I don't remember what year it was. I think sophomore or junior year. I had, you know, finally made friends with a group of people that I liked, and they seemed cool, and we never really had problems, which is not true. We always have problems, but nothing too, like, severe to where we wouldn't just laugh it off the next day and we were all friends. I was friends with this guy, and we're gonna call him Toby. So Toby is like this well-liked guy in school. He's really well known. He's nice to everybody. You know, he seems cool right off the bat. And I remember my first interaction with him, my first ever time I ever spoke to him was my sophomore year of high school, when it was the first day of school, and he was like, wow, he's like, I have a girlfriend, but you're really pretty. And I was like, okay, thanks. Like, I thought that was weird, and I was like, okay. I like, that's a weird thing to say. Like, I have a girlfriend, but you're pretty. Like, that should have been the first red flag. But anyways, I mean, it was to me, and I was like, okay, whatever. Later on down, like, in the year, I don't even know how, but we became friends through a mutual friend, and, like, everybody would always go over to his place, and, like, we'd all hang out and do whatever teens do. Yeah. He was, like, a cool dude. He was, you know, he seemed nice, you know, off the bat, but, you know, never trust people. He had a crush on me, and he would tell everybody that he had a crush on me. He even told, like, I don't even want to say boyfriend, but this guy I was talking to at the time, he told him too, and he would, like, he used to stalk me, and he would take videos and pictures of me wherever I was in school or whatever. Like, he would always, like, try and, like, he would be stalking me. Like, he wouldn't go to class, but if I was outside of class, he would know, and he would stalk me. Like, he was just, and he had a girlfriend at the time, and I didn't understand. Like, it makes me, like, wonder. I'm like, why are you men like this? Like, you have a girlfriend, yet you're running around school telling everybody that you like me, like you have a crush on me. I'm sure he said more stuff besides that. My thing was, like, you have a girlfriend, yet you're running around telling people that, oh, you like me and you have a crush on me and you want to date me. And I remember him telling my friend, like, oh, trying to ask, like, you know, when somebody tries to, like, oh, put me on with your friend, like, he was doing that to my friends all the time, and I would always tell them, like, tell him I don't like him, like, I just don't. And I don't know why he always thought that would change. So, you know, we were all a part of the same friend group, so he would complain and be like, oh, Sarah's, like, you know, she won't hang out with me, you know, you're not being my friend. Like, he would always complain to me like that, and I'm just like, oh, fuck, whatever. But he didn't understand, like, I have strict parents, I'm not allowed to go out, I'm not allowed to do anything. So, one night I remember sneaking out, and we were, like, walking around the streets. That was fun. It was fun, like, the first it was fun for the first hour. Like, we were walking around the streets at night, it was fun, and we were talking. And I remember we went and we broke into my old middle school, and we were walking around the streets. I have a picture from that day. It was fun. But yeah, took pictures, and then we left, and after we left, we went and got pizza. And we're walking down the street, and a car beeps, and he pretends to not see them, and I'm looking in the car. It's dark, it's like nighttime, I can't really see who's in there, and I'm trying to see who's there, and I can't. And so we get into, like, the plaza. We get this is, oh no, we get our pizza, and after we get our pizza and we're leaving, that's when like the same car pulls up again and the windows roll down, and it's his girlfriend of all freaking people, and it looks so bad. And he doesn't say a thing. He doesn't explain himself at all. He doesn't say, oh, we're just hanging out, we're just walking around, like not doing anything. He just sits there and stares at her, and I'm looking at her and I'm looking at him, and it's such an out of body experience, because he can explain himself so easily, but he's not saying anything, and it's making it worse. And I didn't say a thing because I'm like, this has nothing to do with me. So I'm like, let him, you know, explain himself. He's not saying a word. And she's with her friend. They get back in the car, they drive off and leave. And at this point, the only reason I was hanging out with him was because he had a certain type of goods that I wanted to partake in. So I just wanted to get my goods and go home at this point, because I'm just like, you know, it's weird. And we're walking down. Okay, so now we have to walk all the way to his place. So fucking annoying. I had to walk like 5 miles just to get to his place, just so I could get the thing and go home. He's like, oh, do you want to stay here and like chill with me? I'm like, no. I don't know what it is with men, and when you say you don't like them, they think that, oh no, that must mean maybe. Like, no, I said no, I don't like you. Like, get over it. You know, why is it so hard for you to just be friends with me? Like, making me uncomfortable. It's very weird situation. Anyways, we get back to his place finally, and he's grabbing the goods, and then all of a sudden you hear bang, 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 bang. And I'm thinking, oh, it's his dad or something that came home. But I'm like, that's weird. Wouldn't he just open the door and come in? And then I hear yelling and screaming and cursing, and it's his girlfriend. And he's like, okay, here, hide in the closet. So I'm hiding in the fucking closet, you know, thinking, I'm like, wow, I'm never gonna hang out with him ever again. I was like, this dude has too many fucking problems. But what I forgot to mention was, on the way to his house, she had called him and he kept on ignoring her calls. I'm like, why are you ignoring her? I'm like, you're making it seem like you were out cheating, and you weren't. Like, he's like, oh, I'm so tired of her, like, she's so controlling. I'm like, you're kind of a piece of shit, you know that? Like, you're a piece of shit, really. Like, you could have easily, she's probably thinking the worst right now, and you could have easily explained yourself to her, but you didn't. So, you know, men are awful. I've been saying that for years, but nobody seems to get it. Anyways, so they're, you know, he's the whole time he's texting her and they're arguing, and then he texts her and says that that he wants to break up with her. And I'm like, why would you break up with her now, tonight, after she saw us together? It's gonna look away, and I know I'm gonna hear about that shit when I go back to school on Monday. Like, I don't need any more of this stress in my life. Like, why the fuck? Like, I didn't even want to hang out with you. I was hanging out with you because I felt bad, you know? This is why you should never do things just because you feel bad for people. Like, whatever. So, anyways, flash forward, we're in, while I'm hiding in the closet, she's yelling and screaming, and I'm in his room, and the slide door is open, and all I hear is rustling, and then I see her jump over the fence, because he wouldn't open the door. So I see her jump over the fence, and she's trying to get into that room, but the door is locked, thank God. I don't know, she's acting like a fucking psychopath. I'm like, if I ever, like, it's weird that she didn't, like, curse him out then and there when she saw him. But she, like, followed, like, as soon as he broke up with her, she, like, ran to his house. I'm like, I would never do that shit. I would just fucking, like, leave his ass. I feel like a lot of those problems could have been solved had I just came out, but I wasn't ready for that yet, so. That was crazy. Like, she was banging on the fucking door, like, open this fucking door, you piece of shit. Like, oh my God. Oh man, what a crazy day. Like, she was cursing and going nuts. I had to wait for her to stop, and at this point in time, it's like after 10 o'clock, and I have to be home they're gonna notice I'm gone. Like, I have to be home, and I have to sit here and fucking wait because there's this crazy bitch out there banging on the goddamn door, and he's not letting me leave. He's like, oh, I don't want you to leave because she might attack you. I don't know if she has a weapon or whatever. I was like, oh my fucking god. So the noise finally stopped. She left, and then he was like, okay, you can leave. And what happened was we had to sneak out the back door, and then I had to hop a fence, and then I had to hop a fucking gate just to like sneak away, just so this bitch wouldn't, like, I don't know, attack me or something. Then I had to walk, you know, the 5 miles home, and it was a long crazy night. I got back home in time though, and nobody really knew us. Well, they knew I was gone, but I had the box of pizza, so I was like, oh, I went to go get pizza. And they're like, how'd you get there? I'm like, I walked. And they're like, okay. And then that was the end of the conversation. And ever since then, I never hung out with him. Like I said, I went back to school and people had heard about it, and, you know, oh, why were you hanging out with Wody late at night? I'm just like, Toby was bitching and complaining that we never hang out, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll just hang out with Toby for a little bit. But dude, if somebody says they don't like you, they just don't fucking like you. Get over it. And why would you go and tell people that, oh, you're in a relationship with somebody that you're not? Like he was crazy, like mentally ill. I remember him fighting somebody over me, like, cause word was starting to get around, like, cause she was telling people, like, she didn't even know what happened. And I'll give her the benefit of the doubt because it looks a certain way. Fault, you shouldn't have dated this idiot. All she had to do was, like, ask me straight up, what were you doing with him? Like, and I would have told you. Like, I was holding a box of pizza, like, God, you know. The best advice I can give you relationship-wise is, you know, men are terrible. That's my relationship advice. I spent like a year flirting with this dude, and not this one I'm talking about, but I spent like a year flirting with this guy, and just to find out that he has a fucking girlfriend, and not even just that, but he really thought he was gonna get away with that. Like,
I'm gonna try and use the Laura Mercier setting powder again today. I have high hopes for this powder. I really do. I'm a liar. I'll turn you into mine.
a lot of like boy drama in high school would be solved like by the one. It's like they always think that somebody wants their man. Like, no, I don't. Like, I'm like, look at how, like, during that time I was very like tomboyish. I was very like embracing that other side of me, and, you know, I'm trying to be discreet in what I'm trying to say, but I wear like a t-shirt, like a lot of baggy t-shirts, baggy clothes, baggy like sweatpants, t-shirts, sneakers. I wasn't girly in any way. There was no, you know, oh, I'm trying to be this or I'm trying to be that. It just never seemed to pan out. I've just felt more comfortable wearing baggy clothes. Nothing about me should, you know, have been a threat to any of those women, but it seemed like it was all the time. High school is such a crazy, crazy, crazy time. And I'm looking back at it like, wow, I'm 22. I hope I never lose my good sense of humor. Never really told anyone this story before, besides my sister the other day. I told her, but I remember there's this like teacher. He was really, really cute. I want to say what he taught, but if I say what he taught, then it's going to give him away. If somebody that, you know, that people I go to school with, that I used to go to school with, Anyone that I used to go to school with that watches the channel will probably know who it is. Actually, no, maybe I can give it away because I mean, I'm not in school anymore. Who cares? But yeah, he was a literature, language arts type of teacher. I'm not gonna say any more about what he really taught. Anyways, but yeah, he was really cute. He was kind of handsome. You know, he had good looks. Whatever. I remember all of the girls liking him, and the only students that ever visited his class were always girls, and they will come in at any time, you know, and I'm just like, that should have been a red flag right off the bat. I don't know why I started liking him, but I just did, and then I wanted to do really well. I think, I don't know, like, I guess maybe it was a power thing. I don't know. I always have this thing with guys, like where I always want them to just like me, but I never really like them in that way. You know, I don't know, it's weird. But anyways, so I would always do really well in his class. I would make sure I got there on time. I'd always do my homework. I would answer questions. Like, I was really engaged, you know. I wouldn't stay after class or anything like that. I wasn't that engaged. When the bell rings, I'm out of there. Boom, bye. I remember the year went by and I never did anything. Like, he would make certain comments, but nothing to where it was like, oh, he likes me, he's into me, or whatever the case may be. But I digress. Anyways, so I remember one day I was in the library with my friend. I'm dropping so much stuff. Okay, I remember I was in the library with my friend and he came in and I was like, oh, I have such a crush on him, like he's so hot or whatever, you know, like the way you talk to your friend. He's like, oh, and that person goes, oh, I'm gonna tell that teacher that you like him. And I was like, why? Like, do not tell him. Like, that's gonna be really fucking weird. But that person, they love drama, and I see that's why they were telling. But anyways, so he went and told the teacher, like, oh, that I had a crush on him. And I kid you not, he came out of the room and he had like this long ruler in his hand and he smacked my butt with it. And then he winked and walked away. And I was just like, okay. I don't know what I was supposed to feel in that moment, but it was just like, things got so serious so fast. I was like, you know, I have like an innocent type of crush on you. I'm like, sir, I'm 17. Jail. I don't know, like, he's, I'm not gonna lie, I did have a crush on him, but I mean, I wasn't expecting that. That's not what I wanted to happen. I mean, I didn't want anything to happen, at least I don't think so. I was starting to second guess myself, like, I mean, because it's like, what am I supposed to do after you do that? Like, and he was like, how come you never come and visit my class? I'm like, oh, I will. I'm just like, never went to visit even after high school. I'm sure his other students did. And I have no doubt that he probably slept with some of his students. If you would just openly do that, and I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that happened.